In this quick video guide, I want to show you how you can customize the interface of Blender and also how you can use presets. In this case, I created a setting that is good for, let's say, printing, or see something that will be on paper rather than on a 3D space or 3D environment. So let's get started from the beginning. I'm just gonna reset here the defaults. So I'm gonna go here to load factory setting, and you can see everything turns out it's usually at the beginning in Blender. Then we want to move into the edit and preferences. Now here, probably you already know that you can change the language. So in the interface, you go down here, you can change the language if your language is one of these available in Blender. And then also you can change the font if you want of the interface. And basically you can change anything in Blender. You can customize everything. Now, I'm not going to talk about all the preferences, just going to talk about the themes and the presets and the interface, the general interface in this video. So we can go here to the second um, spot, and this is themes. So here is where you can select one of these preset themes. So this is dark, then you have Blender Light, Deep Gray, and then this one here, Maya, simulates the Maya interface, and then Minimal Dark, which is without extra effects, so it's probably lighter, and then Modo simulates Modo interface. Print friendly, this is again if you're like aiming to print something, you want to see how it's going to look on paper, probably you want to have one of these, like printer friendly, or white, which is even simpler. And then you have the XSI. Now I want to show you the white because it's totally different from the basic Blender interface, and because it can be useful if you want to do like some drawings on a paper, like technical drawings, things like that. Now you can, every time you change your mind, you can click on reset, everything is going to go back on how it's the original interface. So I'm going to use the white interface. Now also down here you can access all the single elements. So for example, if I go in the 3D viewport, I can change the color of the grid. So I can make this, brighter, darker, with a precise color. So depending on, again, your preferences, you can make this however you want. And then all the single things there inside this panel can be edited. As you can see, you have all the colors. You can change also the width. Here, sometimes you can change the shadows, you can add the shadows, you can remove the shadows. You can change the background also, pretty useful. So you can do a gradient or vignette. Well, in this case, it doesn't show up. So let me just go quickly back to the original one. So if I want to change just the background in the white and leave everything else as it is, I can go here and change just the background. And the RGB value needs to be 111 or HV, these are 001 to make the total white. Or you can change this into a linear gradient or vignette. Now I'm going to keep on single color, and then also you have other stuff here. I cannot show you everything again, but if you're interested also in Blender, you'll find a Blender video course. But these are all the panels that you find in Blender. Essentially, you can customize one by one. Now I'm going to keep it as it is, just leaving the white um, background. So this is the technical, these two are the more technical views, the wireframe and the solid. So if you want to see the lines of this object, you can go in wireframe. Otherwise, you need to work with curves. Now, if you want to see it better, you probably want to take off the various heads up display here. You can turn them off, but sometimes you need those. So probably it's better to turn off just the grid here and keep on the navigation, the zoom, and also the selection. So now the selection, if I select move, is visible. If you turn this off, it's not going to be visible. So be careful on that. And so I can move this around. I can use this cube as a 2D drawing like this, but this is actually a 3D solid. So I need to be at the top to see this in plan view, for example, or side view. I need to be in a 2D space using the navigator tool here. Now, if I want to see actual 2D, instead of using meshes, I will go to curve and create my drawings with the curves. So this is a curve and this is a 3D, but they all look the same in this type of visualization. Now you can also turn off the 3D cursor if you need to take like a snapshot. So you can go here and turn it off. or anything else that gets in your way, you can just turn it off. Now this is a light, so you can just delete it if you don't need it in a 2D drawing. So this is pretty clean. Now, if I move forward here, this is technical, so I can see the material, and this is this is the shaded, so I can see only the shading effect. And the third one is to see the materials, and the fourth is the render. If you want to use the render here, you need to change the world. So this is where you change the color. You can make it white, and this is also gonna light up your scene, and everything is gonna become like wider. But that's a way, another way you can do this. Now, if you want to see the line a little bit better, if you want to see the thickness in this, you can go also here and go in geometry and just add a little bevel, just a little. So that will represent the thickness for that line, and it will be more visible. Now, of course, you need some darker material. So go in the material tab, create a new, go here, black. So that's gonna be way more visible. This one here, maybe we can do a yellow. You can see it's now is being influenced by the brightness of the world. So you either do that or you try with another, more effective visualization. So basically, you can create your 2D drawings here in Blender. There are techniques also to create sections of your models, but these are in another guides that you find in the Blender playlist. You can also check our Blender video course, which is going to explain everything to you, and also other Blender courses like for architecture or 3D character design that you find, again, in the channel, among other CAD, 2D, graphic design, 3D software, render visualization, and so on. So you'll find everything in the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay updated. And also, if you want to support us, please join the channel as a supporter. I'm just going to finish here with the white interface to show you again the combination of white interface, white background, and that 2D effect. And again, anytime I can come back here and adjust all the things here. Also, you can use shadows and other effects on the text if you want, on the menus, on the widgets. So again, and you can see here a little shadows appearing. So any of these, I think, is going to increase, the weight of the software. So for my suggestion, it's better to go minimal and use just the things that you need. So this is going to be all for this guide. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.